Good morning, YouTube. Well, morning in my neck of the woods. Once again, welcome back to another daily Scuttlebutt with Ivy's Family Factotum, the side channel, where you guys get a little bit more. All right, I'm Anson. Gladys is actually up in the RV, and we're still not going to be putting out, or I'm still not going to be putting out what's going to be going on just yet. But I'll probably give you a hint. I don't have coffee. I got my squirt today. You're probably going to be seeing a lot more of this ugly mug and a lot less of Gladys. But we'll get to that later. No, nothing's happening between us. Just throwing that out there. No, we are still a happily married couple. So, oh right, man, it's been hot. I got a lot done yesterday. It was still slow progress, I guess, because even though I got a lot done, it doesn't look like I got a lot done, but it's a slow process, and I don't know. I'm trying to think of, because there's things that I need to do right today. Like I need to be able to level this this deck. There's floor, right, and this is all I have currently. It's a 4-foot level. This is a bubble level. It's considered a bubble level. All right, works great for what it's used for, but for leveling out a 16-foot long by 12-foot long floor, it doesn't cut it. And I know that they make much longer bubble levels that would suffice, but those things are also a lot of money. And there's other means of leveling stuff that's a little cheaper, a little easier, and I think that's what I'm going to be doing. So it's a water level. I'll go ahead and throw that out there. I plan on making a water level. So with that being said, I do have majority of the stuff that I need, but not everything. So I am going to have to make a trip to the store. It's only going to be about another maybe $10 worth of stuff. I've already bought the tubing that I need. That was the hardest part to find, because I actually had to go to the big city for that. So last time we were there helping out Miss Mama V, gathering her supplies, I was able to find the tubing. So I went ahead and picked it up then. So the last time that I made a water level, I actually had, instead of having a tank, right, because you can do it many different ways. Instead of having a tank filled with water, going to a hose to where you have a stick, your marking stick, and then going through and stuff like that. The last one I made, I actually had just the tube with 2 sticks. And then each of those sticks had markings on them that I had transferred over from a measuring tape. So it was within, a 1/16 of an inch, I guess, the marks that I transferred. Because you're using Sharpie, the Sharpie kind of bled a little bit. So, and it wasn't a fine tipped Sharpie. So, but it was still within, a 1/16 of an inch. And I was happy with what I was using that for. Well, the one that I'm going to do today is going to be more of the bucket or a water tank style. Okay. So you have a fixed area or a fixed tank that stays in one spot. You have the water set to a certain level off the ground. And it really, that, excuse me, it doesn't matter where you put that water, as long as wherever you're working at within your work site, that you're able to move around and get to that same thing. So if you have a really humongous drop of wherever you're trying to work at, you would want that water to be, as close to the ground as possible at your highest point, because by the time you get to your other side, you're having to work way above your head. You want those markings, which you guys will see whenever I make it. But for here, it's not going to be too bad. So I'm just going to use a 5-gallon bucket. I won't have to put the bucket on top of anything. I'll be able to fill it up, to a decent area. And then on my stick, you always start off at your highest elevation. The way that I've always used it, or the way I've been taught, okay, from my pawpaw on my dad's side, was you always start at your highest points, all right, of elevation. And that's ground elevation, not your building, whatever you're building. So you always go to your highest elevation. That's where your tank and stuff should be. That's where, all the stuff that you start at. So you go to wherever that highest elevation is. And for me, that's going to be basically that corner over here, right? Over there. So that's where I plan on setting up, and I make my first measurement on that corner. And I don't have to have any type of, tape measure or anything like that on my stick that has the water level. So basically I'll take my stick to that corner, and wherever that water settles out, because it's going to settle out at the same of wherever that bucket is. Okay. So once those two waters level out and they match, you make a little tick mark on your stick wherever that water ended up at. Okay. Now, wherever you move that stick, as long as that water goes to wherever that tick line is that you made, that little notch that you made, it's going to be the exact same level of what that other corner, the very first measurement was. So I plan on doing that for here. I plan on doing that for the main cabin, mom and dad's cabin, my mom's cabin, our home build. A lot of things that requires, a level. I plan on using a water level because it's accurate. It works well. And I don't have thousands of dollars to buy a laser level, that the laser level can still be wrong. And you spent thousands of dollars on it and it doesn't work. I'm not saying that it doesn't work, but the laser levels, right, for those to be accurate, 100% accurate, they have to be calibrated. You have to go through the process of calibration. You have to ensure that it's good to go. So you have to keep double checking it and doing all those things. And I'm sure that they make some out there that self-calibrate and do all those things when you're first using it. And that's just a lot more money, right? So we don't have that. So we are currently, still on our limited budget. So, yeah, we're growing though. This channel's growing. We definitely appreciate all of our subs that are here and people that are giving us the support. If you're here for the very first time and you've made it this far, why are you not subscribed? I don't know. So, but this is just the side channel to our main channel. It kind of gives you a little bit more backstory. We try to come in too and, give a little bit more detail, or not necessarily, I don't know. What I'm trying to say is you get just a little bit more of the story and sometimes a lot more extra, because we'll throw in, some of those Navy stories, things that's happened to us since we are both retired Navy. I'm still trying to get some of Gladys's stories out there. She's not quite ready to tell any of those yet. And let's see. Yeah, I think that's about all for today. Just know that it's still hot. It's still really, really hot. And once I get the green light and go ahead to talk about some of the other things that's going on, then I will do that. I will let you guys know. I'm not going to keep anybody in the dark. I've already said that, for our channels, we have no secrets. We don't. I mean, obviously, you guys aren't going to see 100% of our day, right? It's not that we're keeping secrets. It's just we are human. We do have family. We have kids and such like that. So obviously, we're not going to tell you like exact pinpoint where we live, where you're going to come here, right? So obviously, stuff like that, yes, that's going to be a secret. But whenever it comes to what we are doing, what we're building, the things that we grow or raise, or just any of that stuff that we're doing here on our property, it's no secrets, right? Those people that go out and say, "Hey, I'm in an off-grid tiny house," or "I'm doing all this off-grid," but then they have power, right? Because they're showing you what you need to see to think that they're off-grid when they're not, right? So we're not that type of people. So we love to help our community. We love to see our community grow, to help our community grow, to be there for our community when they need us. And, and all we can do is expect the same. Sometimes it doesn't happen. But we do enjoy and love every single person. And yeah, I think that's about it. I'm going to go ahead and get busy before it gets too hot. And I'm still debating whether I want to actually make some coffee or not, because I love this, but it just doesn't hit the same as my coffee. All right, you guys. So last but not least, remember to always thank a veteran at every chance you get, not only on Veterans Day. We'll see you on the next one. Later, y'all.